Have you ever wondered how your grandma made that beautiful blanket on the couch, or that ugly sweater for Christmas? Well, now you don't have to wait until your grandma to find out. Through crocheting, I will show you some beginner's tips, how to make a granny square, and how to sew those granny squares together. Now to begin, you need a pair of scissors, some sewing needles, and a selection of hooks. Now thicker hooks will be used for thicker yarn like this, and thinner hooks will be used for thinner yarn like so. Now I will teach you through thin yarn and a thin hook how to hold your hands and how to get started. Now the way you hold a hook is you either rest this indented part on your pointer finger or ring finger. I prefer my ring finger, and you just hold it like a pencil, like so. Make sure you got enough room for your wrists and everything so you can get the stitches through. Now you're going to make a beginner's loop. So you go like this with the end that is not connected to the yarn and the end that is, and you go like this, just like that. And then you're going to put your hook through, and you see there's 2 loops. Now I'll show you how to use your other hand. So with your other hand, you're going to use your bottom fingers to let the yarn glide through. You don't want to tug on it because you won't be able to use the yarn to your advantage. And with your pointer finger and thumb, you're going to hold the stitch that you're creating. Now to finish your beginning loop, you're going to get the top loop and you're just going to pull it through the second one, and then you're ready to go. Now I'm going to teach you how to do a chain. So you see this little empty space between the pointer finger and thumb? This is going to be where you do most of your work. Now to begin, you're going to use chaining, which you go under the yarn and you pull through. Under, pull through, under, pull through. And when I first started, I just kept doing this and doing this over and over again until I got comfortable with it. And that's when you're going to really go faster and be able to make better stitching. So the second stitch I'm going to teach you is a single stitch, which you're going to always use the top of the chain when you're doing stitching. So I'm going to go to the second chain, and I'm going to go to the top of the chain, and I'm going to pull through the yarn. So you have 2 loops. Now I'm going to go under and pull through both of them, and that's how you make a single stitch. To make a double stitch is a little different. You're going to wrap around the yarn, go on the top of the chain, pull through the yarn, go through the first 2 loops, so you have 2, then you go through the second 2 loops, and that's how you make a double. Now you can see the difference between the thickness and the, I guess, height. And the last thing I'm going to teach you is a pull through stitches, which you usually use to finish your products. So you're going to go through the top, pull through the yarn, and then pull through the loop. Just easy as that. Now the second thing I'm going to teach you is how to make a granny square. So you're going to begin with 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to do a pull through stitch through the first chain that you created. So this is going to allow you to have this little hole right here, and you're going to use that for the majority of the next stitching you create. So you're going to make 3 chains. Make sure this doesn't get in the way. And then you're going to make a double. And you're going to make another double. And while I'm doing granny squares, I usually push the stitches to the side so it allows me to have more room. Now you're going to do 3 chains, and then you're going to do 3 doubles. And you're going to continue to do 3 chains, 3 doubles, 3 chains, 3 doubles until you get more corners. And eventually it's going to look like this. Now the way to get to this point after you finish your last 3 doubles is you're going to do a pull through chain until the corner, and then you're going to start making another corner. Now I'll show you how to make another corner. So you're going to do 3 chains like you did in the beginning and 2 doubles. And then you're going to do 3 chains. Now in the same corner, you're going to do another 3 doubles. And then you have a corner, as you can see. Now to connect corners and continue, you're going to do 2 chains. Sorry about that. And then you're going to do 3 doubles, 3 chains, 3 doubles, and then 2, and just continue to do that until you get to this size. Now from here, it's going to get different because after you make a corner, like I taught you, the 3 chains and 2 doubles and 3 chains and 3 doubles, you have the space right here between each corner. So the way you're going to fill the space is you're going to do 2 chains, and you're going to fill it with 3 doubles. And the way you're going to connect to the next is you're going to do 2 chains, and then you're going to start creating a corner. Now you're just going to keep repeating that pattern over and over again until you get to this size, and then you're going to get to this size. Now I'm going to teach you how to sew them together. So we're not using sharp needles, we're using these rough ended needles. They're very smooth, and you can have bigger ones or smaller ones, whatever you have. And to yarn is going to base it on that, just based on thickness, just like the hooks. Now the way you're going to do it is you're going to get 2 granny squares, and the way you're going to do this is you got to face the same size together. You can tell these are the backs because of the long string, and these are the fronts. So it doesn't matter which way, you just got to face them together. And the way you start this is you're going to go to the end, and you're going to connect both through the top. And you're going to pull through. Let this be loose and enough space so you can tie it off later. Now the way you're going to do this is you're going to use the inner loops, as you can see. And you're going to go every other. So go skip one and go through. And with this side, you're going to skip it and go through. Skip, go through, skip, go through. And you're going to continue to do this until you get something like this. So you can see the yarn that I used, but not very bad, and it looks like a seamless connection. When you are using or when you are sewing together, I would suggest you use the same color, but I just use a different color so you could see how seamless it looks. Now if you continue to do this and you listen to my tips, you can make a beautiful blanket like this, or you can make anything that you like on your own.